koko na nina mita tatu chini ya matresi ya moko. Niko slow mo nashindwa mnatupa pa pesa ngapi ndo mdunge chapa za promo. Can you explain that? Mimi entertainer kwa kila show lazima tumie playback. I get the pain my guy unaniko sishiki unaona niko online. Siji explain online hii ni wrong vile maskisi si tuko worldwide. Explain it.
Black on Fire Radio.
Good evening from our end. 2 minutes past the top of the hour. Karibuni to reaction time. Every Tuesday and Thursday. We're doing amazing.
I just wanna live life and enjoy my youth. So nafanya kenya dai kenya like no mina why kaini bambi na deny never settle for less I do the most. Kwanza saka bread don't pick the toast. Take a spanta kubos usini bossy mess na flow. Fuck the system, escape the matrix. Nilikunywa cocktails, what is a protest? Wandani ati tuko chini kumbe tuko up next. So cheze na moto itakuban my friend. Mbona fizia to connect. Wanna feel you can call me na kutext. So close but so far away. My dreams take it chest. Kila morning don't awake my G. The devil is a liar. Anataka kuni break. Nataka nijidapta takini make sawa. Minapenda kujikaza kanga hisi na jikataza. Paranoia juu ya dawa ndo nifai bila mabawa. Safe you say nobody safe. Make up the journey I pray Lord me protect. Lord me protect every morning when I wake up.
Yeah, that is Depo Dice featuring Alma Ras, playing right here on the Black of Fire Network radio station. Media of the 21st century, 33 minutes past the top of the hour. Hope you guys are doing amazing. This wonderful evening of Tuesday. It is raining as crazy right here. I don't know what's the weather on your end, but I hope you're ready for the conversation of the day. Of course, I'm your lovely host, Joby. We got Shmoney in the building as well.
Wagwan, everybody, karibuni sana.
How you doing, Shmoney?
I'm feeling sleek.
Feeling sick?
Sleek.
Oh, feeling sleek. I was like, hey, Shmoney, hey, you take us slowly, man.
I'm feeling sleek.
Hey, you look nice. I like the sleek, the red sleek. It really looks nice.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
You look well. You look good as well.
Thank you.
Most
Being complimented
definitely.
all the way, man. I feel really, really good. I really feel pretty. But anyway, karibuni sana. How's your weekend? We were not here with you yesterday.
Yeah, my weekend was quite wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little wild.
Wild. He was outside.
Yeah, I was at the studio. Basically,
Okay.
I was at the studio on Saturday and on Sunday.
All right.
Just like doing music. But I was also with my friends. I was at Bad House.
Okay.
So you know it
Shout
was
to the
wild.
bad house.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to them, shout out to King, Kid, Billy, just everybody was around.
Kabisa,
It was
man.
fun.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
From my weekend was chill.
Yeah.
Just running errands.
Yeah, you were
literally.
supposed to call me Joby. I just saw you. I'm like, Joby, what's up?
I didn't have lights
Oh,
Friday when I
shit.
went home.
Yeah.
So waking up, I told I was not online till
Yeah,
that was the
'cause
last
I
time I was
saw you
online was on Saturday. Yeah, so I didn't have lights the whole of the weekend. So pia mimi nimechanganyikiwa tu
I know
by
the
the way.
feeling.
Waking up no lights, my phone is not charged. like
There's just a
bit
lot.
too mob
Yeah.
tunafaa kuwa sijui wapi, time is
Yeah.
not timing.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but I'll put you on.
All right.
I'll put you
I
on,
hope
Shmoney.
all is well. Now.
All is well, I can't complain. Grateful for health, of course, health, everything in my life. I'm grateful, and of course, ready for today's conversation.
I am.
Are you ready?
Born ready.
Born ready.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course, today we have some aligned conversation regarding the women having their own money, of course, which has been like part of our conversations
Okay.
lately. But we have Ntanzola. I love Ntanzola for days. Like, I just love her
She's
rawness.
raw.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
rawness and speaking facts and telling you reality that you don't want to hear from anyone
Exactly,
else.
yeah.
You'll hear it from Tanzola. So she's here talking about where we have a group of men who still have to, who think women have to do, like, you know, crazy things to actually sleep with them.
Okay.
You know, talk about crazy things is like, you know, you having sex with them, you know, of course we've been having Kilimani kind of scandals. You have to like just be involved in kind of bad manners behavior, that is what she said, or I'm gonna term it, for you to actually have access of finances, or for you to be living good, you're doing something with men.
Yeah.
You know, she's saying there's a group of men who really don't believe that unaweza tu jipanga kivyako na maisha yako evolve, which is very true. Personally, I've bumped into so many people. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
personally, I've bumped into so many people before we get into the first video. Just a highlight of what you're talking about. But I've bumped into so many men who are like, uko sure hakuna mtu anakulipia rent? I've had so many, even if I'm to invite, I'm not really heavy on inviting men in my house, only if unless they're my friend. Anyone new tutapatana nje, like you're not coming to my crib, you're not coming to the studio, tupatane outside. But at the same time, when you come introduce someone maybe who is, you know, trying to now be comfortable with someone like uko sure sitakudziwa hapa, sitapigwa or anything.
Yeah.
Have you
I get
had
that.
such?
I get that a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, "What do you guys do? You're so young. You're living here.
Mhm.
Are you paying that bill? Oh, is this your
Who's everyone
house?"
paying the bills?
Or they're like, "Oh, unaishi peke yako. Uko sure kuna mwenye atanifanyia
I
sijui
know.
nini?" And I'm like, "Okay, thank God. You know, why are you coming to a woman's house first?
Exactly.
First, as a man, you're not. Kama unanitaka, don't come to my house.
Okay,
Let's meet outside."
that's rule number one.
Exactly. So the moment you're feeling, hey, sifai, because a lot of men are like, don't go to a woman's house. A lot of men say
It's not
that.
even about a man who's even coming to your house. Personally, I've had even boda people. Like most of the times, it's boda guys who ask me like, "Hey, you live here? You like, oh, you don't have a husband?"
Yeah.
Like, you
Kila
know,
time ambao
it's
walikuwa
crazy.
nasema na park.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, they can't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, I was doing other stuff.
God
And I was
damn.
just because I was living in a 2-bedroom with my brother. So naenda tu nikitoka.
Ukirudi.
Unafanyaga nini? And
It's
stuff like
crazy.
that. So yeah, I get a lot of that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll be discussing on that, of course, and give more points. We have a lady also who's just testifying about feminine hygiene, and she's a waxer. And personally, I've never gone waxing.
Me too.
I kind of feel I don't know how I feel.
I don't know. Me, I feel like my private parts are just meant for me.
I know.
I feel
Why you saying that?
like,
It's not my
I
mind saying
know.
this. Why you saying
I'm
that?
like, why
Like,
it's just even super weird.
You know?
Imagine having. I don't know. Me, I just feel like I need to do that at home.
yeah.
Yeah, by myself.
You would do. I don't think you'd wax yourself.
I
though.
think I'd wax myself.
On the armpits.
Yeah, I wax my armpits.
but on the coochie.
I shave. I just shave.
Alright, but
Yeah.
let me start with the first video. So we have this guy's videos, actually videos, not just one video,
Okay.
going viral. This man is just on a private jet flying, and it's the comment section going crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is actually what Ntanzola is talking about, because we
Yeah.
have that group of women as well who just think, I need a man with money for me to live a good life. You know, I need a man who can, you know, give me. Of course, we do need money. I'm gonna share that too. You need men who are spoiling you. Trust that, for real.
Yeah,
Even if you
exactly.
have your own, you need someone who's gonna give you money.
Exactly.
But please,
I saw your video.
women,
On
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, like, you know,
Like
love
relationship
is so
without
bitter.
money, ew.
It's so bitter.
Just
like,
ew.
it's just some bitter. You know, it's bitter like no cheese. Haiwezi. But let me go. I'm gonna share the video. Of course, it's a man just literally on a plane. I wish I could share with you guys, for those who are with us on YouTube, but for those who are with us, of course, on the show page, maybe you guys can see this. Okay. He's not even talking. So personally, when I saw the video, I was like, labda only politician to a country flani, that's why he has so many views.
Yeah.
Because I saw the video had so many likes.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then he's just on a private jet. Like, I didn't bother so much even to go through the comments, because personally I think I like videos that if I'm not reacting to the video, if I'm not doing the video, I'm in a pita. If I'm not getting information too, I'll just pass them. So this one I just swiped.
So what happened is I went to I was swiping just the same way. Then I met this chick, and she's talking about
37,000 comments.
Yeah, and then I met this chick. She's saying, "Yo, if you want to know how women can simp to a man who has or who looks," she says, "who looks like has even a little money, go to this guy's page." So najua if she's talking inaandikwa kwa search bar jina yake. So I was like, okay, let me tap and go see. So I went to his page. The first video I saw was that one, and then I was like, okay, women are simping. What does this guy do? Because most of the video is not talking. So he's like traveling. It's being given awards all over the world. I think he owns like an app or whatever, big stuff like that. Or he's on private jets every weekend, all the time. So I was like, okay, let me listen to what you. And it's massively crazy. Not even one video, Joby. Now all the videos, the comments, women are like, oh my god. And he's old. He looks like he's in his 60s. Yeah. Right? Exactly.
It's crazy. So one of the first comments I'm gonna read, we have of course this lady Anasema. This isn't he kids ways dad? Kids away dad, I don't know, kids aways, kid aways. We also have someone else who says you need to take me along. That's one of the ladies. Another lady says open the comment section and my girls didn't disappoint. Someone else says I was crying for you when I was born. That makes sense. Like how?
Like she wants her so bad.
I was praying for you when I was born. Oh my goodness, not your mother. Like
I know,
not your mother. Oh my goodness, your mama should see this.
I know.
That's crazy. Mnasema kijana mdogo laini kama mkuki. Hadi meno haijamea yote. You're crazy.
Kijana mdogo, yani small boy, even with the toothless.
Oh my
god. And he's 60, guys.
Another person, I watched this video 0763 45 57 94 times. Find number. Yes, she has left her number there and gone. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Someone else says you're not older than me. Another one says I've seen beauty, but this is discovery. Kenyans, hey, oi, this is not even guys.
Some of them are
literally women all over the globe because it's going viral.
Exactly.
Handsome man like you shouldn't be traveling alone. Another person says, wasichana wa Kenya hamko huku, mbabas ako alone kwa plane. Another person says, easy dark chocolate, why are you traveling alone? God gave you everything, expect my number.
Except my
Excuse me, sir, do you have my name or can I call you mine?
These women want to shoot their
lines. I know they're pick-up lines for days. Like what? Someone says, I can tell you have been working out. This is Mbaba, you're lying.
It's not it's a part.
Oh my goodness, she's been working out. What are the cubes now? Oh my goodness, women. Actually, that's the comment that has the most likes. I can tell you've been working out. That's the comments with the most likes.
Because he's not been working out for shit. Joby just has money.
I never knew women could be this sweet in the comment section. That is another lady. Someone else says, the ladies relax, I've got this. Roses are red, violets are blue. Chris Brown reminds me of you. Women, you guys are crazy.
That guy Chris Brown don't look alike.
Oh my god, the heart compliments your eyes. Fine boy, no wrinkles. Check your inbox, my little boy.
Oh my little
I am married, but it's not that serious. Another person says, if you sing this on Sunday, I beg, greet me before you go. And then someone else says, you just made my whole...
Joby, those are people's wives, people's daughters of Jezebel.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness, women have the best pickup lines then. I think this is just a proof that actually, because I've had a couple of times women being asked like, can you throw a pickup line, to a guy? And then I think I've been asked the same thing. I'm like, I can't think of anything.
I know it.
And then look at this. Find a man you just need a man with money and you'll have all the pickup lines.
Trust me, I feel like this just shows how women can actually get Siri ni kutafuta pesa. As a man, women are super available. Look at that just man.
I know.
He's not even talking to
I
me.
know.
He's not doing anything. He has just posted his life in a private
Oh my
jet.
goodness.
Women are delusional. They see that and they'll do anything. Somebody's even saying, I'm married and it's not that serious.
Imagine.
How? If your
Where's your
husband
husband?
passes through there, how is he gonna feel? Or I've been thinking about it ever since I was a child. Like, how about your parents? It's the audacity for me that women have. So at the end of the day, just get money.
You are adapted.
Just get your bag.
Literally.
Yeah, as a man, just get your bag. Women will follow. Stop chasing these women. They are there. Ratio 11 to 1.
Literally.
Imagine.
We ain't plenty.
And then now if you're rich, you can even have 300.
That's true.
Imagine.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So long as you're maintaining all of them.
Exactly.
Because if you're not, actually, we become chaotic too.
It's about the money, Joby. They don't care.
You're
Women.
not providing anything, and then you
Yeah.
still wanna come on. Do better. And then there's another. I'm gonna read the last 3, 4, 5 comments.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, this is the real definition of tall, dark, and handsome. And someone else says, if you want, someone else says, I fell in love with somebody who doesn't even know my name. That is the guy, I guess.
I know.
And then someone else says, hey women, this is a guy. Hey women, the comment section didn't disappoint me. Oh my goodness, women.
No, but that guy is so old.
You're showing your skills and your talents that you
not
literally
looking nice.
It's so insane. But
Yeah.
shout out to that guy. Whatever he's doing. I mean, also for you women, get your money. Because
Exactly.
kuna wale vijana wadogo pia.
Who
Niliona
gets-
msichana
who
mwingine
gets
akisema, I saw this girl say, as a lady, if you have a stable job, stable income, you're living in a nice apartment, you can get your everything together without depending on man,
Yeah.
and you have a small car,
Yeah.
you have qualified to be a mamas.
Yeah.
Because there are boys who are willing to simp for you
Oh,
so
trust me,
bad.
Joby, they say. People
Yup.
right now at this our age,
Yup.
they say. I'm like, boy, how old are you? You are like,
Yup.
at this age, yet,
Imagine.
me when I'm trying to feel, I'm like, no.
Just get
no.
a car.
Oh my God, you
A
can't
good
be
job.
serious.
Imagine.
I call like, you're young, like you're literally a small boy. What the hell do you
I
want?
like me a simp who sends money though.
Yeah?
I don't like a stingy simp.
Yeah?
I like a simp who sends money.
Yeah, but not the small ones. They don't have money. They're looking up to you.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's
I
what I'm saying.
can't.
If it's a simp, personally, I like a simp who's sending money, not a simp who is just simping without money.
That's the problem. They don't have money, so they'll simp without money.
So I'm not
Unless
taking, you know, for me,
I'd
that's the
rather
difference.
have one that is mature but sends and just simps.
Yeah.
Like, just send and simp. But
Alright.
no, you don't have shit and you're still like, what are you simping on?
Stop it.
Right.
But we get into the second video right here. We have this lady. Let me just share the video. She's reacting to whose bar was in hell. So there's this another one. I think of course that the bar was so low.
Yeah.
The bar is so high, and then the bar was in hell.
Yeah.
Then there was no bar.
No. Alright.
I met another one where there was no bar. I did listen to the story, but there is no bar. There was no bar anywhere.
I know.
Ati sijui alipigwa na bwanake na mother-in-law na bado akarudi.
Oh my
There was
God.
no
There's
bar at all. No
all.
bar was set. But let's listen to this one.
Traumatized, and I'm not going. Where this story made me traumatized, and I'm not going to go through this alone. I'm going through this with you. So this is Women in Love part 70, and I'm telling you, kama tuko mahali chukua tu blanketi ukae, kama uko kwa matatu vaa tu pods. If you're somewhere, take your blanket, relax with me. Now let's start this. Na ukisikia kelele mjeni bikes, kuna kampeni ya bikes hapo nje. Okay. So I met this guy in 2023 after kumaliza high school. Then akaenda job, ikakuwa some sort of a long distance for a while, but he was nice. Then last year March nika forced to meet up. So wait, mzai aliniangaisha for 2 hours. You know I waited. But after that, ikakuwa so ups and downs to kwa relationship. Then unfortunately, my grandmother kapata cervical cancer. So everything was okay. Till day fulani, he wasn't feeling so well. Akani ghost. This so-called guy was not replying to my text. He was not even replying to my calls. Then akanitumia photo ati yako hosi. Alikuwa Kisumu na mimi niko Iten. So, nikamua tu we look for money, I go visit him. Akareact, akajump. Akasema niko hapo kumpea stress niachane na yeye. Mimi nikanyamaza. So the next day usiku around 2 ananicall ati yako LD. And you know what, mimi hata miss kulala juu ya stress. Niliamka asubuhi nika prepare porridge and sweet potatoes, nikapack na nimpeleke hosi. So I went nikakaa na yeye. So hiyo siku ingine tena akanifukuza kama mbwa kutoka hospitali, but still Joy, I stuck around for 9 days until akafanywa dialysis. The distance between mani naishi na hosi is very far and commuting was a problem. And all this time niko college, nimeacha kwenda shule, nimeacha kutembelea my grandma ndio nimchunge. So sometimes ilikuwa take nimguze, ananiambia hata hakuna kitu namsaidia nayo. Alafu you know his parents hakuwa anakuja hosi kama mimi, hakuwa anakujia mtoto wao hata. And you know his parents would talk and say that, oh, I don't want mtoto wao apone and shit like that. Then unfortunately Joy, my grandmother passed away. Nikaenda home msiba. You know the family ya huo msee walikuwa wananicall niende nimchungie mtoi wao. The year burial hata sikukaa hadi ceremony ya grandmother yangu ikaisha. He was being discharged that day. So mimi nilitoka na mimi nikaenda kumchunga. Tukakaa na yeye. Imagine Joy, I used to wash him, na change diapers, na mpakia mafuta, alafu ataacha food yangu akifilipoa kidogo anaenda kwa marafiki zake. Anaanza kuni accuse of sleeping with a neighbor, which was not true. Hata sikuwa na hiyo time. So recently, I took him home to see my dad, who was really sick. He didn't buy anything. Unajua tu ile katesi ya kubuy hata fruits tu, nothing. Na mimi nika ignore. So mimi alikuwa tu na masilisili excuses, nini mara hapo, okay. So one day tukiwa home na yeye, nikapata missed calls from an unknown number where it was his girlfriend. Nilipewa maneno. So mimi kutext huyu boy, and he told me ati mimi nikitaka mimi nitoke tu na niende. Unajua nini Joy? Nili apologize for his own cheating. Akasema ati simpay time. All that nikamwa kumpea everything. I dropped everything na ndio tukarudiana. Nilikuwa na text bado ha reply na call na bado ha pick. There's this time he asked me and my friends to come over. Tukaenda. Then a friend of mine called na ilikuwa boy. Imagine Joy, boy alijump. He woke up and slapped me in front of my friends. Na akanitoa ati mimi nitoke niende. It was late singeenda. So niliamka asubuhi, I left. And na unajua nini? Nilirudi tena ku apologize. Okay. So next time nikaenda kwake, he refused that I should cook him anything. Na simu yangu ilikuwa mzima. Nikamwomba yake akakataa na mimi nikaichukua by force. Nikaona kichat na lady. She was saying that she's pregnant, Joy. You know mimi nilikubali kulea huyo mtoi. I was willing to because nilipenda huyo boy. So nikamshomi nitamchungia mtoi. That same night, kuna dema ka video call akakata. So I said I would look through his phone again. Akiwa amedoze. Man, this guy was planning to get married to another lady. Na si ule lady mwenye alikuwa na ball. Na mimi sasa kumwamsha na mconfront. He said he never loved me. Na nitoke kwake. Na sizo ni 4 in the morning. Alinitoa kwa kitanda. Nikatolewa kwa hiyo nyumba hiyo asubuhi. Joy, call me stupid. You tell me why. I still called him. Wow. Okay. I still called him and he said ashaleta replacement. Nisijaribu tena kumrudia. Na Joy nilisimp na nilisimp walai. Akaniambia niache kuforce issues. Nikaamua nitatoka na nikamblock. So tell me why he texted and asked me to unblock him and he said please and I actually unblocked him. But only once is sex, he made it very clear. Now honestly, that statement opened my eyes. Mama, that is what opened your eyes.
After all those experiences, oh my goodness. Number one, big red flag. You're just from high school, trying to settle with someone, because this is just juicy 2023. So ni msichana mdogo, 18, 19 probably, 18, let's assume 18 or 17, because kuna watu wanamaliza shule very young nowadays. 18, 19, 17, let's say 18, 17. Then at 19, you're moving in with someone. That was last year. Not even moving in with someone. You're taking care of someone who you just met and has his own problems. Where is his family? Why are you becoming someone else's family while they already
And his family were not coming.
he
They
can't
were
even take
deceiving.
care of you. He can't even feed you. He shows you the disrespect of even Isaac Kuchunga. Like, I think number one, this goes back to what we keep on talking about, like background. I think this lady, we should, if I'm judging her, I'm judging her from where she's been raised. Because personally, Shmoney,
With no love.
yeah, personally, if I try look at myself, being honest, and the relationship I've really had at the beginning of my, teenagehood.
Yeah.
My dad, my mom were very strict and very clear. Wezi leta mwanaume kama huyu kwetu. Mwanaume kama huyu sifai kumuona. Mwanaume kama huyu, like I even used to like, inaweza kuwa to like male friends, I'm walking with them, Shmoney. My dad would start thinking that's your boyfriend. I'm like, nah, those are my friend. And until I made it clear, like, most of my friends are male, he used to like sort of assume vitu, and it used to come not just in a assumption way, it's in a harsh way. Unafanya nini na huyu mtu, unatembea na huyu mtu hivi kwa nini? Niko like, ni mabeste. And we've been literally raised here the same. So we ignore tu watu wa mtaa. Juu, I've done that, being honest, nimetry kuibiwa mtaa. And ever since niko like, I have to be friendly with people just because we live better than nyinyi. If I kwa in the fact number one, sikuwa mabeste wenu, staki kuwa na hiyo mentality. I can blend in but still have different behaviors. So I think number one, it comes from you being raised, the type of parents you really have. Because if you have parents who have, or maybe single parents, because we know some actually don't know how to raise children by their own without the love and the parenthood of both parents. Kuna mwenye atakuwa a little bit biased with the other one, babako anakuanga hivi ama mamako anakuanga hivi. We've had such kind of cases. And you also have parents who, because they were not taught better, they won't understand how to teach you the same knowledge. Like, I went through this pothole, but because I learned as a young person this was wrong, you can also avoid this and this. So I think number one, it comes from the background, because that should just make you understand how you need to be treated by a man or how you don't want to be treated.
And also I feel like adding on background Joby, I feel like this girl, she didn't have self-love for herself. So maybe she has never seen or experienced love from her parenthood or from her childhood. So she's looking for love in
through
a man.
other people.
Yeah, in a man, and it is the wrong man who doesn't love her.
Exactly.
Because if you love if you've grown through love, Joby, you always have love. You
That's
don't
true.
need to actually feel love.
That's true.
To feel some type of way. An extent of somebody, Joby, first and foremost, mistreating you. Where is his family?
Yeah.
His family didn't come when he was in the hospital. You treated him. You went and lived with him. She forbid her grandmother's funeral.
What?
Joby, she didn't go to her grandmother's funeral, taking care of another guy, another man who is not even your relative, only for him to actually show up with another woman pregnant. You say you're going to take care of that woman, only for you to take care of that child, and another lady also pops.
She's the
And
one
then,
getting married.
Every time he calls you, you are rushing
about
to reply
sex.
his text. You don't have self-love. For me, that's all I can see. Self-love,
That is so sad.
disparity, but also it comes from self-love. She doesn't know love. She doesn't know. She's never experienced true love in her life.
I do agree with you, because again, I've reflected my story. I think I've said this a couple of times on most of our shows. At the age of 19, at the same age of 19, I remember I bumped into this. I met this guy, and not before that, I was of course in a couple of relationships, but really like relationship that lasted. My first relationship lasted for 3 years, the second relationship for 2 years, and then a year, and then from there I was like, I don't think I want a relationship anymore, I think I want to settle, I think I want to, because I'm coming from a very broken home, a parent who didn't give a shit about me, a parent who chased me out because we have this man who's coming from Dubai, assumed to have money and all that, and he's all broke. So I'm chased out. Now I'm trying to figure out myself. Then I bumped into this guy. I remember it was actually immediately after college, when I dropped out of college. Nikapatana na mse fulani. It was cute. Really he was a chef, because we were actually from the same college. But it was like, I think alikuwa mbele yangu. Mtu alinispot wakitoka si tukiingia. So I don't know how he got my number. We started talking, we met, went to a couple of dates. He took me into his house. Mind you, Shmoney is not place ya kuishi, because I'm dropping out from college because I've been chased out of my auntie's home, and I can't go back to my dad's house. So long story short, I'm with this guy. He's proving how he loves me, but prove your love nile. For me, it's because I'm in it taking.
Exactly.
Being honest.
You don't have a place.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he has taken me in, and that fact, on mentally for me, I wanna settle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of, I don't know, being in relationships anymore, and because I found someone who loves me at that time, thinking it's
Yeah.
love, I'm ready to settle, and he's showing me he's ready to settle. Like, me, I wanna marry you,
Yeah.
sijui nini, niko ready, da da da. But I kama mtu kametoka tu college pia,
I know,
juzi
you're a
juzi.
joker.
But me, hiyo kitu ni hit kwa kichwa sasa. So I remember it was on my birthday. On my birthday, this guy left me hungry. I don't know what issue we had the previous day or the previous night, but I was left hungry, and that's when it snapped me in my head, Shmoney, this is not love. This is not how I want to be treated by someone who claims he loves me, leaving me hungry on my own very own birthday. Okay, as there are people, of course, who don't treasure birthdays as much. There are people, you know, it's not a big deal to them, but for me, even if you do something small, because it's not like, being honest, in Africa we've not grown up celebrating every birthday. That is so true. But kuna ile tu kumekuwa kufeel special hata kama ni kidogo. Mimi nakumbuka the first time our mom made us a homemade pizza. I was so happy, Shmoney. So excited. I'm like, on my birthday, you made us a homemade pizza. It was so nice. And then this guy left me hungry. I have no one to call. Need to make a kitu kadogo. Ni wewe niko na wewe. You're my man. You're supposed to like make me feel, you know, special. Let me feel this is my day. But the whole day, Shmoney, I was left there hungry. That's when it snapped me, and I was like, man, I packed my things and I left. Went to my cousin's house, and then from there I tried to get into another relationship. But still, I'm like, I'm not ready for a relationship because I don't even have a home. So I'm looking for a place to just settle. But this settling also is coming with a settling of settling. Like, anyone who's willing to take me in, me, I'm ready. So long as you're gonna marry me, you're gonna love me the way I expect to be loved. But it snapped me, think, after that guy. I'm like, nah, I don't want this. This is not what I want. So looking at it is because I was looking for something I didn't get in my dad again. The love. Because every time I could look at why I was so hurt or bitter about my dad, even today, is because, why did you treat me like this as your daughter? I didn't, you know, me being introduced to you at this particular age as a teenager, I started knowing myself. Like, I've started my periods, my boobs are already showing up, like I've started to know, like, mimi ni nani, nataka nini, vitu mingi nishajua. So coming you wanna try show me different things, you know, how cruel you can be, how people can, nah, that's not what I want. So it made me question even sometimes my existence. And I think that's what you're saying, literally. It comes from a point, if you don't really know, and especially at an early age, that it's love that you're seeking from other people that you didn't get from your own folks. Yeah, it's really, you end up being messed. You're gonna meet so many people who are gonna mess up your life because you're looking for the same thing in the wrong people. You have to find it within yourself first, I think, because I feel like for the people who have not experienced love, especially from the people you expect to show you love, find it within yourself. Learn how to love yourself. Learn, you know, and how do I say, don't blame yourself. Don't put blames on yourself, asking yourself, I don't know how many, you know, what did I do wrong, and all that, because it starts creating negative images or even gets you into depression or suicidal thoughts. So don't get into that.
People are replica of their parenting.
That's true.
Or of their childhood or environs. Let me use environs. Just another example. If you are raised in a circus family where probably there is violence, higher possibility and chances is you might be violent. You know, or you might, as a woman, only be shown love through violence. Mwanaume sivukupiga, you're feeling like,
that's why we have people who think like that. Women
because
like that.
Question, Joby, because that's not normal. You can't actually embrace violence in a relationship. A man doesn't show you love by beating you up. That's insane. That's psychotic. Ask yourself, where did this come from? It came from a perspective of that's what they saw. That's what they've been used to, being talked to rudely. That's why me, at a certain point in my relationships, raise your voice, even just raise it, trying to show me some type of way. I'm like, hey, the next thing he might do is beat me up. So I gotta check. I gotta check or put things straight because I'm not that type of person. Because that is something I've not grown up seeing. I've not grown up. I was having the other a conversation. Was it with a friend? and I was saying, or I was thinking about it. I think I was thinking or having a conversation of how personally me, I like being in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
I've never, like, I enjoy, even when I go visit my friends, you just see me walking around,
the
like,
kitchen.
walking around trying to, like, help you cook and stuff like that. So, all the men I've dated in a relationship, except one, they never cooked. Never ever. Like, sometimes I'm like, you can cook. Like, I'm shocked. I'm like, yani, ukiwa sengana, niko home, napikia mamangu. So when you're at your mom's, you can cook, but when I'm with you, I've never even seen you go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then I was like, probably it's me because I don't let them do that. I'm always just like, ntafanya, because it's something I'm used to.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of my childhood, and I was like, I never saw my dad
getting in the kitchen.
Never ever. My whole life, I don't even have one picture of him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't have a picture of him hata kinawa.
Yeah.
Inakwanga alikuwa analetewa maji, ananawa. If my mom could ever find you, hujamserve chakula, she'd be like, mbona hujapea baba? Mbona unajua? So it's something I've grown up, and I think it's something that I've grown up. Things that you never know about yourself, but you think about it, you're like, probably that's because as a child I never saw this. So it's just how you're being raised also. Like if you're raised in a family of love, you'll always have love.
That's true.
If you're raised with love, you will always know right love. And when you sense a very dangerous love, you go back.
Exactly.
People have doors that are open. Parents tell you, hey, if he's treating you badly, come back home. You always know there's somebody who has your back. There's a place I can go, and this is not somebody who loves me. I can go back to my own space. It doesn't have to be your parent. So I do believe, first and foremost, this chick from this experience, she didn't get all that love.
And then she's so young. You're just from high school, Shmoney.
She was like,
you've not experienced like even outside world.
I feel like this guy
you're trying to
manipulated
settle
her.
with only one person who is showing you his world, which is so effed up. Is so manipulative. Number one, is controlling your mind. You know, if I don't know if it was a digmatization at the same time.
Like personally, with them, this guy was a manipulator.
Yeah, he's a manipulator. That is for real.
He was manipulating this chick so bad. That's why
she's young, just from high school.
That's why he would write a text and she'd be back. After all that, I don't
know, but I was not that stupid Shmoney from high school. Are you dumb from high school?
No, because
I was not dumb from high school.
Because probably I have known that this is the love I want. But the people, let's say, Joby, you don't know shit. This person will turn your mind. Have you ever questioned women who make the worst? You're like, how did he just convince you? Was it Iwaton we were talking about in the morning with Jamal from Safi, right? Yeah. And Iwaton was giving an example of how she has friends who are actually practicing polygamous type of marriages.
Okay.
And their house, the way the guy is so masculine, he's doing it in the right way. Even the wives, you cannot even know their co-wives. They like each other and stuff like that. Like, that is a right polygamous type of marriage. But look at the other ones where there is suckers. The man is the problem. And then you ask yourself, how does this man convince all these women
to be his?
Like, how does a man convince you? Even you know this is not right by me, but you just sit and say this and this. He's a manipulative mofo job. Like, he knows how to get into your head. He has studied your weakness. He knows, and then women like to listen.
That's true.
Exactly. You will say the right words. You will say everything. So you find yourself being there are manipulative men, Joby, who have learned tactics. There are people who can't smell manipulation. The people who don't. I'm like, girl, anakubeba ufala uoni aje. Mwingine ataona wewe utaona. So I do believe there are people who can. And if a man just finds out, even other women, they're so manipulative to their men. You're like, she ain't treating you right.
That's true.
Exactly. But why are you still with him? So at the end of the day, I do believe the power of master.
I feel like
manipulation.
For me, when it comes to me, because me think I should be fucked up, Shmoney. I should be really, really messed up. Being on, I think I agree with Keith and somehow Kamlesh. I should be really fucked up in the head right now because of the experiences I've had. Number one, of course, my mom and dad divorcing at a very young age. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2 years. Taken to the village. My mom took me again when she was getting married after 10 years. She comes back pregnant. She's pregnant by an abusive person. And of course, you'll never know a man's character most of the time until you give birth.
Exactly.
I feel like that was my mom's experience. Because if I try to look at my mom, being honest, she was really, really loving. I feel like she was also the same. She was looking at love but in the wrong people. Because my mom's folks died when they were young. She herself, she was young. She's the third born of 5 siblings, of 5 children. So she was young herself, so you can imagine the other siblings how young they were really young. And then growing up, of course, she grew up with this. People were just so rude because they have money. Of course, they also came from money, but now you have a stepmom who's not allowing you to enjoy properties, you know. So mmechujwa, mtenda kwa manko manti, when you're on a do, but pia they don't treat you nice. So long story short, I feel like also she grew up, of course, without love from the fact that the fox died young. There's a stepmom in the picture who doesn't give a F about y'all, so you're all kicked out. Now you're discovering yourself, because my mom, I was just doing calculation of the time my mom gave birth to me, 1817. My second stepmom gave birth at the age of 16. So dealing with manipulative men, my dad is the manipulator. That is number one, because he manipulated her or managed and convinced a very young person to get pregnant by me, because that is according to the law, that is wrong. If you're underage, because I feel like it's 17, 18. So that didn't come at 18. I was just doing calculations of what age she should be right now, my age, and then the age she gave birth. It was just, I was messed up in the head. So looking at that, and then her getting married after 10 years, she's given birth to my brother. Now she's seen the true characters of this man who was beating her most of the times. Akikuja took a job, he has no money or he's not made money, anakuja namchapa vibaya. So it got to a point, Nico, like, man, because me, I was hoping that the first time we're gonna get out. The first thing, when it first happened in front of my house, was like, maybe she's gonna think we get out. But at the same time, we have women who stick thinking he's gonna change. You know, maybe no, she didn't really have that mentality of this is the way of showing me love, but I think she had the mentality of maybe he's gonna change, because she got pregnant the second time, the same guy. But thank God, somehow, because this child would be here and I'll be having the responsibility, she had a miscarriage. And I think it's because of the beatings, or either he didn't know she was pregnant. He discovered later, because kumbuki it was a whole scandal. Looking at literally that, my mom was a loving person who grew up without love. She was looking for love in the wrong people. And then now, after her moving out of the marriage, tukenda kukaa na yeye, I feel like that's when I fully experienced my mom. Because after me being, after when we divorced 2 years, so sijijui sana, of course. I can remember just a few flashes of the whole case, but 2 years ujijui. Nimerudi after 10 years when she's getting married. I'm still very young, like I'm very, very young. Tunatoka huko when I'm the age of 11, 10. I'm going to class 5. Class 5, that's when I start. From class 5 till form 3, that's when I've fully experienced my mom, like for real, like understanding this is my mother, this is what she likes, she doesn't like this, da da da. And then I understood how much of a loving person she was, because now realizing it when I was growing older, like after I met my dad, I never questioned. She gave me enough love not to ever question, do I have a father? Never ever did I ever question. So just looking at all this and then meeting my dad, who didn't have love at all. I think for every experience any. So he's grown up with this notion of you're supposed to be beating someone when they, you know, kikosa, unafaa kuwa on top on, you know, school, whatever. I think for me, I learned very young, Nico, like, I grew up with a very loving person who didn't have love, but she could love, because that was my mom. At least I think I'm a replica of her.
You saw love.
If I look at, if I look at my mom, I feel like I'm a replica of her, because no matter how many times you literally ever should forgive you and give you grace, grace, chances. Atakuangalia to, like, so many, she'll give you so many chances and should be so welcoming still. And then looking at my dad, is not that type of a person. My dad is the type of person to push you away, which I also do have that version of me. Like, I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Like, that's it. So all together, I just discovered that I can't be like my parents, because most of the times you're told unafaa ukwe kama mamako, you know, you're supposed to grow up sijui or have the replica some of behaviors like your parents.
You can't, Joby. I feel
you
like,
can't, of
I feel
course.
like most of the
but
times,
the parents who are nurturing you, because that was my dad. He was trying to nurture me to be exactly what he wanted me to be. Ndio kuchapwa, mshmani nilikuwa chapwa. In class, in my primary level, the highest beating I've had was in high school, but the worst. But in my primary level was the highest beatings, because every week twice a week sitakosa kupigwa, na sipigwi na kitu kidogo, nachapwa na kitu very big, like this size of I've given you guys an example, this size of a stick. You used to beat me with a stick, if not anatafuta nyaunyo. So looking at all that, I'm like, nah, you messed up. I'm not messed up. I'm so full of love. I do everything you want. I don't understand what is wrong. When it comes to me, I'm the problem. So, and then growing up now, after my mom now passed away, it hit my head. I'm like, wow, the person I could literally like rely on and be a baby to is not there anymore. So I have to grow the F up. The world is tough. Do I want to be married by someone like my mom's husband? Because I've also seen my dad now beat the third step mom to or like, I don't want to be married by anything like my dad, like my brother's dad. I don't want to have men here from there, you know, because I saw that with my mom. Relationship was not working, anatoka hapa akienda hapa. Niko like, I don't want this. So that's when I literally snapped me when that guy did it. I'm like, Joby, you don't want to end up like this.
And that's what I'm
deserve
saying.
better.
And that's what I'm saying, Joby. It takes a very strong person. The people who cannot know. Because Joby, some people would not detect a manipulative
That
person.
is true.
I believe if you have like a kind, like, let me just give an example. You're a giver, right? If you continue giving, you'll never know somebody is using you.
True.
Most of the time, like, this is my nature. But there are people who don't have good intentions. They're with you because they're getting something. You're a kind person, but they're not kind in return. So, what utakuwa tuna show kindness, you'll never even sometimes know this person is actually using you. Till it hits you, you're like, nah, it's too much. But most of the time, you'll give grace because that is something in you. Like a manipulative person. You sometimes when you're not, and you don't know that people can actually be that bad, people can actually be that cruel in life, you can never actually tell that this person is using me, this person is playing with my head, this person is actually doing that. As for me, I think I can tell a manipulative person. Sometimes I just give grace. This is what I do most of the time.
do.
And I think most of the times
I do give
know.
grace.
Yes,
I'm
do.
heavy on that.
I actually, this is what I do. Me, I'll know you're playing me. I'll know even you're with me because of this, or you're getting this, that's why you're my friend, or there's something you want me to do for me. I even know you want me to do this for you. Imagine I'll do it. I'll do it to that, but I'll be like, I know you're doing that, so I'll definitely tell to be cautious with you. So if you see me doing it, in your mind, oh, she might be kind, oh, you know, she's just loving. I know, I am aware that you're actually doing this. It's just that it's part of me. Or I actually give you grace. I'm thinking, hey, probably it's just a one-time thing, or this person will change. So there are people who can smell manipulation. I think also it comes, I don't want to say it just comes with like your time, but I also feel like if you know yourself, you'll definitely just know. It's a character I have in me. I'll let you play along. I love that. I like just you play. You think you're playing with me, just play. Like, yeah, let's play the game. Then I strike. I'll be like, I'm off. I'm not doing this. So it doesn't mean I didn't know you were trying to use me. I was just letting you and seeing your real character. There are people who don't know that. There are people who will push till they're down. But there's somebody who can sense, now this is too much. So I'm manipulative, and they come in every sector. The worst thing is somebody manipulating you, Joby, mentally.
You don't know.
Mentally. Mental is the worst torture. Let him even manipulate you physically. Utavunjika mkono useme hapana. Sitaki kuvunjika ingine next. Unajua? But kama nakuchezea akili.
Circles and circles and circles.
All the time, and you don't know how to actually get away from it. It becomes really
But
bad.
I feel like for this lady, of course, she's not learned enough. You're just fresh from high school, not experienced with life. You don't know much about men. You just got your freedom, actually, because we have this notion of after high school, I have my freedom, I want to do everything. And you can't figure out how the world is really cold. And you learn from that. So I hope that was a lesson. And to just majority of the ladies, you know, stop settling when you're too young. Okay, discover yourself, discover your passion, get a job, do what you love, get to feel how it feels to have your own money, you know. And this also applies to young men, because you also have some men mtu anapata pesa kidogo, you think you're ready for all this relationship or marriage thing. Now you have a child. I was just sharing a video yesterday, Shmoney, with Iwaton here. A lady was crying. She's pregnant, a third baby. And she's saying she's tired of motherhood.
I saw the video. I was supposed to share. Did you get it on our TikTok?
Yeah.
I liked it last time.
I was like, I'm tired of I was like, hold on.
And then she's telling the husband.
Yeah.
The husband is looking at her like crazily.
Like 3 children after.
And that's why we say, Joby, you have to be like ready. It's mental preparation.
Exactly.
Because getting pregnant is one time. You just bust it open, you get pregnant.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
There's the journey.
Now the journey itself, you've had the first
body
one,
changes.
the second one, the third one. Now you're saying, I want to. You can't take them back. You're already a man.
You can't.
And that is why you're supposed to be ready, not just because you felt like, I can take care
The
of the first
societal
one.
pressures.
Yeah, or where he has some bag. We'll get a maid. The kids will fuck you up.
Man.
Now they start making noise. They start being adults. You think, if let's say in adolescent, I feel like the most stage that parents actually go crazy is during when their kids are adolescent,
yeah.
because they're now turning to themselves.
Yep.
They're breaking from you
Yeah.
being a parent.
Yeah.
They're not trying to know who they are, bring out
Exactly.
their real character.
Exactly.
So this is the time, if you're not like a present parent, you lose your kids.
And also
in the
understanding.
world.
And also
Exactly.
understanding, because I feel like for me, especially having a brother who's on his teenage right now, it's gonna be so easy for me to become a parent. I think that
Yeah.
because I feel like I've literally raised my
You've
brother.
raised him, exactly.
I've literally raised my brother, and I've seen every episode of him. Number one, I've never laid a hand on my brother, even when he was young. Like, even being told Sijui by the people who are staying with him, Sijui is doing what, no, let him be. He's a child, just like any other children. Children do mistake. And they're looking at him now, a teenager. Because at some point, there's some things he was doing, it's irritating me, but I'm like, Joby, you're also doing some things that were irritating, the people you are staying with. So I came to be very easy with him. Like, I think this is even the easiest holiday he's ever had.
Yeah.
Like, because most of the time I'm always keeping a check on him, like,
Exactly.
you've not done this, you've not
Yeah.
done. So I told the last holiday when he was here, I told him, when you come back, I'm not gonna be telling you what to do. I want you to understand, you're staying with me, this is your home. You no longer live with your fox.
Yeah.
It's me you stay. I'm your folk.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm your guardian.
Yeah.
You come here, you have to behave like this is your house,
Yeah.
You take care of this and this. Don't wait for me to come back.
Yeah.
If I'm not around, handle this and this and this. And don't expect me to tell you anything. You're growing up to being a man.
A man,
And
exactly.
sooner or later, you're gonna get out of this house. Stop wanna me all the time to call me Joby. There is the Joby. You'll have to do it.
Yeah.
So I just love the fact, right? I just look at him sometimes do stupid things.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're just
He's
a
just-
teenager.
yeah,
You're
he's a
just
teen-
you're
he's
just
an
a teenager.
adolescent.
You're discovering yourself,
Exactly. And now he's not, you
I
know.
let you do the mistakes and all
It's
that.
crazy because also I have a younger brother. I always say when I see him, it reminds me of my brother. Because I was looking at my brother. This is one problem I noticed. Because my brother has been raised with girls.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's the last born. So literally, he will forever be that child to everybody.
Yeah.
Kila anasema, "Dano ni mtoi, unajua mtoi," niko like, who's him mtoi for days?
Not anymore.
This is a grown, and they still, sometimes they're like, they still want to do such stuff, and I'm like, nah. It was so hard for them to let him go. Like, it was so hard. Even my mom trying to be in his life, I'm like, he's in college, amemaliza college, can you let the man them be? Oh, you guys can't control him. At a certain point, he was even working, and my sister would go to his house to just check. I'm like, can you leave? That's a full grown ass man.
Yeah.
But he is on a date. My sister pops, hello. Then I'm like, yo, this is a grown ass man. So I started living with him after college.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I have to understand the Daryl that I knew, because I had a picture of him in primary. I'm like, oh, he's just a small boy. He's my loving young brother. And then I realized this is a grown ass man. Even before making a decision, you consult him.
Yeah.
You have to be like, oh, no, not even if you just don't go and start, hey, I'm just doing because you're still a kid. He's no longer a kid. So I feel like parents also have really hard time letting their kids go. I've seen that with my mom so much. Ile aku accept too. This is not a child.
I know.
also experienced that because after college, my mom was like, I go back home. I was like, I go back home to become a maid, because what was I going to do with my mom? Cleaning, washing, and then she'd be like controlling me. And then you've already enjoyed college, freedom.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, so I have to come back home, because I asked even up to today at 5, the gate has been closed. Even up to today, we are adults. Like my mom still does the same. I'm like, even up to today, we are women. My sisters are married. If they come back home, they're like, let me just go. It's my mom, and my mom always says, my house, my rules. Go do it at your place.
Yeah.
So even if I'm at home at this time, 5, I have to be. Thank God when I'm at home, I don't even like going. I'm like, Sarenda could do. So I came to see my mom. Let me spend time at home. So I've seen that, like, leaving your kid to be like now an adult, it becomes so
Very
hard. And mostly if they're now turning to know themselves at adolescent. If you're not present in the fact that you have to understand that now we anatoka from being a child to a grown-up man. You have to be actually noticing the changes in their life. What do they like?
True.
How are they? Because if you just let them be, that's how you lose them to the world.
That's true.
So definitely you have to.
That's true. Of course, you have to keep a check on them.
Exactly,
but,
keep a check, but also understand exactly that they are growing. If you don't, utamweka hapo Joby, and he'll turn, he'll bust.
That's true.
And that's how unapata watoto wa pastor. Ni machizi. You look at them when they've grown, you're like, I can't believe your dad is a pastor. Because how the hell are you a pastor? And then the ones that were left to the world are the ones that are straight. You never grew when you are saying you'll get pregnant. Wewe utapata mimba sijui.
That was me.
And then the ones that actually got pregnant when we were younger.
That was me.
Look at us.
That was so me. But
Really?
I love personally. I love the fact that my brother's growth has also enabled me. Like kuna vitu tungefanya tukiwa wadogo. So kwa mdogo I can't do that.
Exactly. Like, you'd be like, this is a grown
you're
man.
growing super fast. But as we get into the last debate of the day, we have one video pending, but we'll share this next week or maybe on Thursday on the reaction time. We have Ntanzola here. We'll share the feminine energy works. Which one do we share? Ntanzola or feminine energy? Because they're both interesting.
Choose one.
I choose one. I'm gonna choose.
So there's a series of men who still believe that women must do bad things for them to live a good life, live in a nice house, drive a nice car. Mtutu ako na kichwa kubwa, amejaa mandevu kama mchele, anakuja online ana comment ati wewe unaendesha hiyo gari juu umekula mafi. How you lousy? Like you're so lousy. Who even birthed you? Where did you umezaliwa msituni wewe? Imagine, these men believe that women can't even fend for themselves. Do you know? Tukiweka nawe, we can't even have a conversation because your head has zero sense. Because if that's how you think, probably that's why you're broke. Imagine, ama umezoea mademo wenye they can't even afford to make 5,000 on their own. Come to my side of life. I show you how to make money. Unajua shule nimeenda mimi. Do you know how much my dad spent on me in school? Alafu nitoke huko ni turn out a lousy person like you. Excuse me. Gloria, breathe in.
Breathe out.
Calm down, Gloria.